I'm waiting. Waiting for her. Come on. Hello, there you go. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hello again. It's me. I'm back. Today we are doing more cooking. Today we're doing more Stardew Valley cooking. And today's a big day because we're cooking something that would be normally very unlikely to happen, in that we would have to make a bunch of substitutions. But today we're making Fiddlehead risotto. And the reason why it's a little difficult sometimes is that Fiddleheads, normally, these guys, I can't show you the top of the package because it kind of doxes me. But Fiddleheads have a pretty short time where they're available, which is like late April to like early June. So you have like a month. So I was waiting for the season to sort of set in, where these would be available at my local farmers market, and then now here we are. And now we got them. Just so you know, chat, if you have these, do not eat them raw. They are mildly toxic. You will get a tummy ache. So we will be cooking them very specifically, so we don't die. But that'll be in a second. We have a whole bunch of other stuff too. The fiddleheads, I also got some maitake mushrooms. I have some shiitake as well at the farmer's market. Those will be really nice to put in the risotto as well. We have, it's supposed to be pecorino in the recipe, but we're using the rest of our parm that we got recently. Our standard rice, some wine from, where is it from this time? Oregon. We got some wine. Yeah. It's supposed to be white wine, right? Yes. Correct. Yes. We got some, and again, I am buying wine based on the packaging, because this is what I do. Also, you can't see what the wine is. Here, this is what it looks like. It's called Duck Pound. Look at that. But yeah, I buy wine based on the packaging because I don't know wines very well, so I just use what looks cool or what looks cute. Nothing really stood out to me this time, but the duck was kind of funny, so I got the duck. And yeah, just our standard things, and then we'll have a couple other little things like parsley and butter and all that, but that's all in the fridge. Before we start, I'm going to put all this away, and we are going to, I'm not even going to bother putting it away. I'm going to make some tea, because like last week, I just woke up, so I'm a little tired. So we're going to quickly make some tea. Fish. I stayed up late again last night because we're on Kumar Yume's channel and we were streaming Dream Daddy, and we played that for way too long, so I slept in. By slept in, I mean I really slept in. When I say slept in, I mean I woke up at about 2 p.m. and it is now 2:45 p.m. So I woke up and I immediately got ready for stream. I think we're just gonna do another hojicha latte like last week. Same thing. I'm just gonna do 1 teaspoon today. I don't need too much. Last time we did 2. I think today we can get away with 1. We'll be fine. Again, this is some really nice organic hojicha roasted green tea. I really like this brand. The Tawa tea. I've used this for the hojicha and I've used it for matcha before, and oolong. So all their ones are really nice. So I like this brand. Okay, shouldn't take too long for the water to be ready. Once we have our tea, we'll get started. But I'm doing my dailies right now. I'm doing my IRL dailies before we get started in the stream, because I didn't have time to actually do them beforehand. I couldn't find like a normal package of arboreal rice, but I was able to find it in like a bulk store. It was just like in like a big, like a cereal dispenser container, and then you just into the bag. And yeah, not too much, not too bad. Because now I don't have to get like a huge package. I can just get about the amount that I need, which is about 2 cups. I think this is a little more than 2 cups. This might be like 3 cups, but we will figure it out. You can't really measure it in the bulk store. It just measures by weight, so I just kind of eyeballed it. I'm like, yeah, that's probably enough for 2 cups. I made enough rice where I can probably determine that that's about 2 cups. Hi, Umi, welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate. I will get to the hydrate in a second. We're once again just making my tea before we start cooking, because I woke up pretty much right before stream. I basically woke up, got ready for stream, and then here we are. But yeah, today we're making fiddlehead risotto. These are fiddleheads. Here, I'll take one out for you guys to look at. This is what it looks like. They grow in the ground like boop, like that in the ground, and then once it's summertime, they grow real big and they turn into ferns, like the big ferns that you see like outside in the wild. But in the spring, that's what they look like. And then you eat them, but you don't eat them raw. If you eat them raw, you get tummy aches because they're mildly toxic. So don't do that. And then I'm really glad that I got some nice little maitake mushrooms. Oh no, I broke one. But I really love maitake. And then I also have the shiitake in the fridge, which I'll get out once we start cooking. I'm gonna add those in too. Yeah, and then pretty standard day, honestly. In theory, it shouldn't be that hard. Looking at the recipe, it shouldn't be that hard. Although I've never cooked risotto. I've never in my life cooked risotto, so I don't know how this is gonna go. You guys can't see, but my cat is right here on the sink. And he's just kind of chilling. You guys can't see him though. So it looks like what we're doing is we're gonna cook the fiddleheads first. We're blanching them. Yeah, we're blanching them, and then we're getting ready for the actual rice. So should I do that with the mushrooms too? Should I pre-cook the mushrooms, or can this just go in along with like the stock? I feel like they can go along with the stock. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put the maitakes and some shiitakes just straight into the stock. You know, worst case, we'll just have to cook a little longer. We'll cook the rice a little longer and add a little more water, a little more stock, until it's all ready. Because the mushrooms will probably absorb some of the stock that the rice is supposed to. So, yeah. This might be a bad move, but we're gonna try it. It might be a bad move considering this is my first time cooking risotto, but we're gonna do it anyway. Because I'm dumb. Also, where's the part where I get to be Napoli Mafia and I go with the pan? Where's that part? this part. In a large high-sided skillet with medium heat, warm 2 tablespoons olive oil, add the shallots. Stir in the rice, stirring fruit. That's the part. Right there. Increase the heat slightly, stir in the rice, and cook, stirring frequently until the rice is lightly toasted and smells nutty. 3 to 5 minutes. That's the part. Which I don't know how long I'll be able. I don't think I'll be able to do that for 3 to 5 minutes. I'll probably do that for like 30 seconds, and then I'll just stir. I think at our level, I don't think we need to do that for the full 5 minutes. Chat, if you haven't watched Culinary Cooking Wars, go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's a Korean cooking competition show. It's awesome. It's so much fun. I highly recommend it. I actually do want to do recipes from that show. I'm debating if I want to just do it or if I want to wait until they announce the season 2. And then when they announce the season 2, then I'm going to go through all of the season 1 classics. I might want to do that. I think we're just about steeped. Or good enough. Good enough for now. Alright, you sit in the back. Here. I get my oat milk. Hope to do season 2 in a different country. That'd be interesting. Although I wonder, I don't know if it's a specifically Korean show, because if so, then it probably won't happen. But it'd be really cool to have like Culinary Class Wars Japan or like Culinary Class Wars China. Because I don't really want them to do like a Western country, like maybe something like France, like a Europe country. But if they're gonna do like if they end up doing like America, Australia, England, like UK, then it's kind of like, is this MasterChef at that point? And it's gonna be very different from what the Korean show is. So I kind of want them to stick to like Asian or like maybe like South Asian would be okay. Like Culinary Class Wars India might be cool. But I think the best option is to stick to like East and Southeast Asia for that. Like Culinary Class Wars, like Singapore or Malaysia would also be really cool. Or like Taiwan, that would be really cool. Okay. Okay, let me get my hydrate in. Okay. Now we can start. Okay. Time to do a YouTube intro real quick. Hello, today we are cooking with our Pita sauce series again, and today we are making Fiddlehead risotto. We got fiddleheads from our local market, as well as some other accoutrements and all that. But today we're making Fiddlehead risotto. I've never cooked risotto before, but today we're going to do our best. I'm going to read the blurb. From... Hi! Hi! Try to be in the video? Okay, you can be in the video. Okay, we're gonna have our blurb from the Pita sauce. You wanna read it? Here, you read it. You're so vocal, you read it. That's what I thought. The fiddlehead fern is one of the more unique culinary delights I've encountered. After peak for mere days of the year, fiddleheads are young fern fronds that haven't yet begun to unfurl. They are a prized ingredient in cuisines the world over and have been enjoyed for longer than anyone can seem to remember. Traditionally, simple preparations are used to allow their deep forest flavor to shine through. We'll be boiling the fiddleheads briefly first to help break down some less savory components and to maintain a nice bright green color. when they say less savory components, they're talking about the toxins. They're talking about the fact that fiddleheads are toxic when you eat raw. Yeah, toxic. Yeah. And then we'll give them a final saute as our risotto is finishing up. Risotto can be a bit hands-on as rice dishes go, but there's no need to worry. As long as you keep the heat steady and add vegetables and vegetable stock gradually, you'll do just fine. I believe in you. I don't. And then there's a little note from Clint that says, I usually order the big and cheesy from Gus's, but I saw Emily eating a bowl of this risotto the other day, so I'm trying to develop a taste for the stuff. Don't tell anyone. Clint, don't be weird. I'm glad you're expanding your palate. Your intentions are a little iffy. Okay. Let's get started. Okay. You are going off this side to begin. That's the pan we're going to use. And then for the fiddleheads, I think this pot should be big enough. We shouldn't need a huge pot. I'll start moving things out of the way. After you stay here. Just so they're not blocking me. And it says we only need 12 ounces. I don't know how much it is. I'm just going to use the whole package just because I'm not going to really use it for anything else. So if it's a little more than what we need, so be it. And salt our water just a little bit. Doesn't have to be a ton. Hold on, where's my date? Here we go. That way we can just get that going faster. Okay. Should we prep the mushrooms beforehand? Should we start cutting mushrooms? Probably, right? I don't really want to cut these mushrooms. I just kind of want to split them up. I'll put them in here. Kind of just want to break them apart for like sections like this, to like little individual pieces. Yeah, like that. I kind of want little chunks of mushroom for my risotto. I know it'll probably look nicer if I dice them, but I kind of want little big, kind of bigger chunks. I actually don't really know how much that we should put in, but I'm going to put in a good amount. How much does this serve? 4 to 6 servings. Okay, that's kind of a lot. It's kind of more than anticipated. Okay, we'll do that much, and then the remainder I will probably use for like omelets or something. So I'm gonna get the shiitake as well. Be like 4 good ones. Let's do 3. Do 3 big ones. See where we're at. And then I'm just gonna, for these guys, I'm just gonna do a once over like this. And then they'll be a decent size. If anything, they are still quite big. But like, I want chunky pieces. I don't want little bits. I want chunks. I don't know. I feel like in anything, I like having more chunky pieces than little bits when I'm cooking. I might de-stem these though. At least these ones. I feel like they look nicer. Yeah, we might have to do more stock than normal. More stock than they recommend, just to accommodate the mushrooms. I feel like 2 might actually be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2 is fine. 2 mushrooms is fine, I think. It seems like a plentiful amount of mushrooms. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna have some more water at the ready to make more stock as needed. I'm gonna make an additional liter of water. Just keep it relatively heated. Just keep it warm, and then have that at the ready. How are we doing? Are we boiling yet? Not quite. We're almost there. Wash? I don't know if these are pre-washed, but I guess we'll wash them. I guess we'll give them a quick rinse out. I guess I think it's just to get rid of some of the skin that's with it. Oh. All right. Okay, we're done. We're done. Good timing. Good timing. In you go. In you go. Right at the top of the hour. How long does it go? How long does that need to go for? Oh, aggressively with salt. More salt. Understood. Hot, hot, hot. Starting occasionally to the fiddleheads turn bright green, 5 to 7 minutes. Okay. Okay. We'll say it's done at about 5. But these are cool. Look at them. I've never cooked with fiddleheads before. I only found out about them watching. I know a lot of people only knew about fiddleheads from Stardew Valley, but I knew them from a show called like. I'm hearing Despacito Wario remix. I don't know what's the song it's playing. Hold on. You were listening to Yoshi Falls from Mario Kart DS. Or right now, it's overworld themed New Super Mario Bros. U. I think the song you were hearing was Yoshi Falls, Mario Kart DS. Alternatively, it might have been Koopa Troopa Beach. But I don't think that's the case. Apparently, the song that sounds like Mario Despacito is Yoshi Falls from Mario Kart DS. Yeah, I forgot what the show was actually called, but there's a show that was about like witches living, like an anime about witches living in the countryside. And like one of the things was they went out and picked fiddleheads, and then they just like, I think they just like sauteed them and ate them. It looked really yummy. I forgot what it's called off the top of my head though. What the show was. Interesting. The water is getting very brown. I know it's like turning into, it's like basically turning to stock, but like it's a very brown color. I kind of want to drink it. I kind of want to sip it and try it. I shouldn't though. It's probably not healthy. It probably has all of the toxins in it. Oh, actually, you're right. In the comments, I think this person pulled the this person that made this playlist did Yoshi Falls, but I think they pulled the Silva Gunner remix. Yeah, that has a mix with Despacito. That's fucking funny. That's actually super funny. So you were not crazy. It was Despacito. It was in there. Whoever made this playlist accidentally used a Silver Gunner remix instead of the actual song when they put it together. I kind of wish I could have heard it now. I'll look back in the VOD later. Hi, can you see my cat? You see him peeking? Yeah, you can. Hi. I don't think you want this. I don't think you want to eat this. This is vegetables. Okay, once it's done, green sock. Okay. Okay, so then we're gonna drain these guys, and then we start on getting ready for our rice. The smell of this, it does give it gives asparagus. It smells kind of like asparagus. Which is interesting. And I know you're supposed to be able to replace the fiddlehead with asparagus instead, like substitute them. So that makes sense. Okay. Now that they're cooled, it wants us to put them on a plate. Drain them. Paper towel lined plate. Hold on. Okay. This is what they look like. This is what the fiddleheads look like. They're nice green now, and now we're gonna drain this paper towel, and then once our rice is ready, we'll get it started. Okay. And then I think now garlic and shallot time. Is that correct? Add shallot, season salt and pepper. yeah, shallot, then garlic, and then rice. Okay. One shallot, 4 cloves of garlic. That's what we're doing. Hi, Toast. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're cooking risotto today. Fiddlehead risotto. Okay. 1 clove. 2. 3. 4. I'm gonna do a 5th because I can. I have free will. I'm gonna do a 5th piece of garlic. Okay. Shallots first. It's the whole shallot, so we're just gonna do the whole. We're just gonna split this whole thing open. Come on. Try to peel it. I'm trying to get the two layers. Come on. One more. There we go. Okay. I'll do stuff by cutting them in half just to make it easier myself. You want shallots, Cat? As soon as they started cutting the shallots, you came over here. What are you doing? Huh? I don't think you want shallots. I don't think you want onions. I know you want the meat, which there's not really any meat today. There's no ham, there's no beef, nothing today. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do little cuts at the end. Get as much as we can. Okay. Mash them. Where'd the other end go? The cats do the same thing. They always want to smell the onions. Yeah, look here. I'll give you a handful. No, you don't want it though. Hey, look at him. He sneezed. He sneezed. Also, I dropped an onion in here. Hold on. I dropped a shallot in here. I want to get this out before it burns later. Okay. In you go. I cutting that. It's not so bad. If you have a decently sharp knife and you just go fast, like generally it's not too bad. The onion crying thing is not too bad of an issue, at least in my experience. Am I supposed to put oil in this? Probably, right? I assume so. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just gonna use whatever I have here. I think it's avocado oil. And then I know people have like different strats to avoid getting the tears for their onions. One that has worked for me weirdly enough, that doesn't sound real, is while you're cutting the onions, just stick your tongue out. The entire time. It'd be like, you talk like this the entire time. And then for some reason, it just like, I've never had an issue with tears and onions while I'm doing that. I know some people say you can like microwave them. You can like microwave the onions or something, but that seems like it might like, I would be worried it like denatures it denatures the onion or something. I don't really want to do that. I know other people have like some weird ways as well. Weird hacks as well. So if you have any that you believe works, feel free to say something in the comments. But yeah, I just stick my tongue out if I'm concerned about it. Although usually it's fine. Usually I don't even have to do that. It's pretty rare that I have to like. It's pretty rare that I start crying cutting onions. Unless I'm cutting like a ton. If I'm cutting like a ton, then I feel like it's like inevitable. At a certain point, it's inevitability. In the end chat, we're just taking out the stems because the stems are a little they give you indigestion. I don't want to make tummy hurt. Are those the minces or like roughly chopped these or what? Yeah, it says mince. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know what? It's too late. I bought a garlic press. I forgot. I bought a garlic press, so I could just use that instead of doing this. I was gonna try it today. I forgot. Okay, well, next time. Next time, I'll use a garlic press. I don't even know if it's good, but I bought a garlic press, and it's like, oh, you know what? It's probably worth it. I saw it at the store, and I was like, you know what? I could probably just do this, just to make my life a little easier. And I forgot because I'm so used to just mincing them by hand. I just like autopiloted. One more go through, and then I think it'll be good. I think it'll be minced well. Okay. I think we're good. Okay, all of it is pretty much on the knife. How are we doing? How are we doing in the shallot front? Supposed to go for a few minutes until translucent. Book says to do this for like 7 minutes. It does not need 7 minutes, I'm pretty sure. Not for shallots. They just gotta be translucent. Okay. Let me just check my steps. Okay, do that. Shallot, season, salt and pepper now? Okay, I guess. Alright, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper now. If you say so. Okay. That should be enough. I guess the salt is to help draw the water out. And the peppers is there for the sake of it, I suppose. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost ready. Put in the garlic. Also, it says increase, once we put in the rice, it says increase the heat slightly. What does that mean? Does it want me to go to like a medium high? Or does it want me to just be like, go from like a 5 to a 6? What does increase slightly mean? Because like, how would you do increase slightly on like a gas burner? It's fire. It's not really gonna increase slightly in terms of like those increments. I'm gonna bump it up to like a 6.5, and then pretend that that's okay. Pretend that that's correct. These are good. Garlic in. YouTube. Okay. I'm gonna quickly wash my knife in case I need it later. They never know. You never know if I need my knife later. No, actually it will, because I think I'll need it with the lemon. Although we just need lemon zest, but I don't know if we'll need lemon juice at all. It doesn't say it, but sometimes cookbooks forget. And then they just like, don't put it in the ingredients, but then it's like, oh yeah, throw in lemon juice. Watching you making food making me hungry now? Yeah. Yeah, look, I get hungry too. I haven't eaten today because I woke up and then started streaming. So this is my breakfast. This is my what'll end up being about 4 p.m. breakfast. So I'm hungry too, alright? We're all hungry here. And guys, and don't worry, you guys can be parasocial. You can put your parasocial hat on and I'll feed you guys. I think the garlic is about done. Maybe another 30 seconds. Because you really just want it fragrant, right? That's the whole point. You just want to be able to smell the garlic. You're basically at that point. Okay, I realize now I actually didn't measure out my rice yet, so I gotta do that real quick. Okay, rice. Here. I'm getting my other rice container so I can take the rice cup measure. And then I guess I'll just... It's relatively dry. Put it in here. Okay. 1 cup, 2 cup. Yeah, 2 cup of Oreo rice. Get in there. I got enough for another session if I want, another serving if I want. Okay. Okay, increase heat slightly. Stir in the rice and cook, stirring frequently until rice is toasted, smell nutty, 35 minutes, and then wines. Okay. We're doing the Napoli Mafia portion now. I'm gonna make a mess. I can hear the occasional rice grain falling to the ground. This is what we want, sort of, right? Hold on, I gotta open up the wine and have that ready. 3/4 cup. There. Oh, I see. There we go. Now that the rice is absorbed the oil, it's way easier to do it now. I get it. I see the vision. I definitely need practice, but I see the vision on how to do this. And if I had like 20 years of experience making risotto every day, I can see myself getting real good at this. I can see it. My left hand is already starting to hurt though, I will say. It's already starting to get sore. I am losing rice. I've probably lost like 15 grains of rice already. Ugh. Now imagine doing this in a giant wok with like 10 times the amount of rice. And that's what happens on culinary class words. And then he doesn't stop. He just keeps going no matter what. For the whole like 5 minutes. Okay. It needs to be slightly nutty, right? Slightly toasty. Lightly toasty and smells nutty. I don't think we're quite there yet. I would not consider it lightly toasted quite yet. There's a slightly brown tint to it, but that's just from the oil and the garlic and shallots, I'm pretty sure. We're not quite toasted. We're getting there though. Oh, you do this! This is the strat! Yo! Chat, look! It's going! Oh, I almost missed that one. I lost a few grains. Oh my god, I was doing it! That was the real one! There's like a rhythm to it. There is like a rhythm to it. Not quite there. I almost got it. Dude, give me 10 years. Give me 10 years and I got you. I'll do that. I'll look so cool. There's like a certain flick that has to happen that I'm not getting every time. Okay, that's about good, I think. I'm tired. It's warm now. Pour in the wine and simmer, stirring occasionally. Okay. Okay, let that simmer. Until most of the wine has been absorbed. Okay, I'm tired, Chad. Time to lock in your rhythm gaming. That's pretty much what was happening. This is the stock we got to put in, roughly. And I remember you're supposed to ladle it in. You're supposed to get a ladle, and you ladle in the rice, or the stock, 1 cup at a time. Once the wine cooks down, I'm gonna put in the mushrooms. Oh, that was awesome. So most of the wine has been absorbed. I think we're about that point. Okay, until stock is absorbed by the rice, 3 to 4 minutes, repeat a second cup, and then we just keep doing this. Although these first few will probably go much faster because of the fact that I put in the mushrooms. So I'm glad. The rest just about tender. About 25 minutes total cooking time. Okay. Cool. And then we can just do it until we can keep tasting it, and then once it's like the rice is fully cooked through, then we're done. Okay. This is like the classic risotto part now of just letting it simmer. Just letting it simmer and then adding more stock. Am I supposed to be actively stirring? Yes. Okay. I know the mushrooms are going to release a little bit of water around this point, so you just got to be careful about not putting in the water too frequently, I think. That's just my intuition. I'm trying to be relatively gentle while stirring because I don't think I want to break the rice grains too much. Again, I'm just going off of intuition. I have like the vision. The rest of it is just going to be me sort of feeling it out. It says constantly stirring, but I don't know how strict that actually is. I think another go is good. Okay. I'm gonna drink a sip of my tea latte. Okay. I feel like I know what to do now based off of the cooking shows I've watched. based off of watching like Gordon Ramsay and stuff like that. The rest, I think, is a knowledge check. So let's see how this goes. Should take about 4 minutes each time for everything to get absorbed. We're at a point where we should be back to normal. The mushrooms aren't absorbing anything more. The mushrooms are saturated at this point and releasing their own water. So I think we're back at like a good spot. The only thing I don't know about is when is it fully quote unquote absorbed. So I just don't know exactly when I should be putting in the stock. I'm guessing it's about here when it's more bubbly instead of simmery, you know? Like, I didn't go to culinary school or anything like that. I'm just kind of doing things, pretending that I kind of know what I'm doing. But this is looking pretty good so far. I just want to make sure did I miss anything? I don't think so. Not so far, at least. So basically, once it's all ready, once it's all sucked up, we're at the probably 10-ish minute mark now, and we got to go for around 25 minutes. Reduce heat to low, add pecorino, 2 tablespoons of butter, stir vigorously until rice is creamy, about 1 minute. Taste, cover with lid to keep warm. Okay, and then from there, we'll add in fiddleheads. Okay, I get it. How do you know when it's done? I think when I taste it, I just have to taste it. And then when the rice is like mild, like slightly al dente, because there's going to be a tiny bit of cooking afterwards as well, still. So I don't want it to be fully cooked. Right away, like at the end of all this, it needs to be slightly al dente, because it's going to be another minute or two cooking with butter and oil. But otherwise, that's my assumption. It doesn't actually tell me how to know when it's done. It just says until rice is just tender, which is kind of vague. And it says about 25 minutes. So like I said, I think the rest of this is a knowledge check. You just kind of have to know. I don't. So we're just kind of figuring it out. Okay. Okay, there's a lot of liquid right now, so we gotta make sure that it all cooks out. It all reduces. Because what you're essentially doing is mixing the stock with the starch from the rice to make what's borderline a gravy that's like built into the dish. It's from what I understand. And your intention with the constantly stirring is just for it to not burn. So I don't think the stirring portion is as strict, because as long as it doesn't burn, you're chilling. Like, we're at about 18 minutes. Like, let me take a little bit and just like see where we're at. No, we're still about half. It's still about half. It's still hard about halfway through. So we still got a little bit of time. And I'm just trying to make sure that the edges don't get forgotten about. Okay, so now I think we're low again. Eating hard rice is not pleasant. Like it was soft partway through, and I was like, good. And then I got half, and then once it got to the hard part, I was like, bad. That was very unpleasant. Like if I wanted to, I think I could be more risky and turn up the heat. It would reduce faster. It would reduce it a little bit faster, and you can get like a more concentrated flavor by the time it's done cooking. But you have like a higher chance to burn. So I guess this is like one of those situations where like if you're on like a cooking competition show and you're like, I don't have time, I have to speed things up, you could turn up the heat a little bit and go for a little bit of a gamble. But it is a gamble, because if you mess it up, you're gonna burn the whole thing. It's kind of how I feel about it. Okay. Add the pecorino, 2 tablespoons of butter, stir vigorously until rice is creamy, about a minute, turn up the heat, season with salt and pepper to taste, cover it with a lid to keep warm. In a large cast iron skillet on medium heat, warm the remaining tablespoon of olive oil, add the remaining tablespoon of butter, swirl skillet until melted, add the fiddleheads, season liver, salt, pepper, cooks. So we're basically sauteing, we're going to saute the fiddleheads. And then stir them back into the risotto, is what I'm hearing. Because we boiled them earlier, and then we want to do a saute with them before we stir them back in. And in theory, I think we could be doing that at the same time as right now. Maybe this is the part where Napoli Mafia did the tossing. No, it's definitely before, because you can't toss when it's like this, really. You can't like effectively toss when it's like this, because it's way too heavy because it has so much liquid. The tossing is earlier when it's dry, because the whole point of that is to get it like toasty, get it like nutty and toasty. And then I know the final result is supposed to still be slightly al dente. But I'm gonna be real with you, I don't really like it like that. I don't really like pasta and stuff like that slightly al dente. So I'm gonna make an executive decision and quote unquote slightly overcook it. Because I'm not cooking for no judge today. I'm cooking for myself. I prefer it to be soft all the way through. I don't want to have a bit like that I have to get through. But this, I believe this does look correct so far in terms of what I should be looking for. I can see the rice cooking through. Sort of like pasta, where it's like sort of clear. There's like, it's mildly translucent on the edges. And then like here I can do another little better. Still need some time. We're about 3/4, it feels like. Maybe 2/3. But we're in that ballpark. But yes, Umi, you are correct in that what it's supposed to be is at the end result slightly al dente. And that's like the correct way of doing it, because that was part of the judging in that episode of like, oh, it's actually slightly overcooked, but they'll probably win because most people will bite into a slightly al dente piece of rice and think that it's undercooked. So they'll judge them critically. That was like a plot point of like, oh, the people aren't gonna know that this is actually correct, so they're gonna win because they overcooked their risotto. Okay, we're almost done. And then we just have to keep it warm. Hold on, I'm gonna do this to burn off any like splattered oil in there. Fan's gonna go on, so it's gonna get a little bit loud for a bit. Oh wait, not that. The fan's gonna be a little bit loud just for a minute. But this looks good so far. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. It's a lot of food though. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the smoke coming from the back burner, but I'm just burning off any excess oil on there. You gotta use that burner to keep things warm, apparently. Okay, one more ladle and we should be good. All right. I know this is going to take slightly longer than it normally would because I added the mushrooms in here along with the rice, because the mushrooms are going to absorb a lot of that water at the start, a lot of that stock at the beginning. Okay, so once this reduces down, it should be good, and then we'll have some excess stock in case we need to loosen up the risotto at the very end. Honestly, I could have put more mushrooms. If I really wanted to, I could have put in the rest of the mushrooms. It would have been just fine, I think. Okay. Give this another like a minute to cook down what's on here, and then we'll move on. Okay. Once it hits 49, I will move on to the next step. because we are just slightly above time, and it's at a good spot, I think. I'm hoping it's a good spot, because it is at that slightly al dente mark. If I wanted to be correct, I think I should have removed it off the heat. I should move on to the next step. That last after that last scoop, but because I'm slightly overcooking it on purpose, we're at a good spot, I think, because it's just under. Fine. Reducing it to low. Reducing it to low. And then adding our cheese and 2 tablespoons of butter. This is not measured. So bear with me. This is half a cup of cheese, but I'm kind of just putting in more or less the rest of this block because we're almost out anyway. Minus the rind, obviously. Although we could put in the rind and fish it out later. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Hey Makoda, welcome in, welcome in. We're getting pretty close to finishing up. We're in the last couple of steps. Okay, that seems like enough cheese, right? We need a little bit, we'll have a little extra to finish it off. Butter. We need roughly 2 tablespoons. I gotta hurry. Starting from here, 1, 2. Okay, understood. Cutting it at about right here. Oh, it's tight. It's real thick. Just a wee bit. And this just to make it nice and creamy. Oh, the cheese is good though. Cheese is strong. Tiny bit of liquid. But this is turning out pretty much exactly how I want, I think. This looks correct. From the risottos I've seen, this looks correct. Okay, and then now we're at a point where we're just about to be where I want the rice to be. It's gonna sit and warm for a little bit, so it's gonna cook. It's gonna have some residual cooking, so it'll be fine. Okay. Now we're gonna put you on low on the back burner here, like that, and then. It says to cover with the lid. I don't have a lid big enough. I don't have a lid that's big enough. So we're gonna get aluminum foil. Ah, sorry, I bonked you guys a little bit. Hot, hot, hot. That's our lid. That's our lid. Oh my god, there's so much rice. There's so much rice around. Medium heat. A little more oil. That's probably too much, but that's fine. We'll melt the butter, and then we'll add the fiddleheads back in. These guys. Hold on, while that heats up, I'm gonna start putting this stuff away. Where's the lemon zest supposed to come in? Is it garnish? Did I miss the lemon zest? I don't know where that was supposed to go in. Okay, I guess we're just not gonna think about it. We're just not gonna worry about it. No, the lids aren't big enough. The lids are too small for this guy. I could do that, but they're not big enough. Otherwise, they would. Good thinking though. Okay. That. We need you guys. I'm gonna set you guys aside. I'll leave you guys here, that's fine. Ah, a cheese sauce is yummy. I like the spoon. It was yummy. Okay, in you go. I said, in you go. Cook until tender, hot, 3-4 minutes. Okay. I feel like this isn't hot enough. We're gonna go medium high. Because we're crazy. We're crazy like that, chat. We're crazy. Oh, there's a lemon zest. Remove from the heat and stir in parsley and lemon zest. Okay, so we mix that in with the fiddleheads. Okay. I wonder if these are gonna make my pea smell bad, like asparagus does. Because they smell like asparagus. Oh my god, this is so light. It's so... His little pan is so light compared to what we were doing earlier with the big one. It's such an easy toss now. says season liberally with salt and pepper. They actually pick up color really fast. It looks like. It says 3 to 4 minutes. Hold on, let me get the parsley. It's just leftover parsley from the last couple of weeks. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Use. Actually, no. Just kidding. We are gonna use these. Just like that much, probably fine. And we're just gonna do a little choppy chop. Okay. One more go. Okay. That seems solid. How long has it been? Has it been like 3 minutes? Probably. Well, let me get a bite. Let me give it a shot. I only gotta. Yummy. Needs 1 more minute. Yeah, it is kind of asparagus-y. It's kind of like lighter asparagus. Kumamo 3-day broth versus Matsuo 1 week parsley. No, these are probably 2 weeks. I will fully admit that a lot of the ingredients in my fridge are probably slightly older than they probably should be, but I think it's fine. Okay. Parsley in. How much lemon zest do I need? 1 tablespoon worth. I don't know how much that is. We're gonna guesstimate. We're just using 1 lemon worth of the zest and calling it a day. I'm not measuring it out. It's too much work. Okay. Okay, now we just mix this in. And then we're done. Okay. Now come back here, go off. Now we're basically done. It's a little thick. We're gonna just do a little of that to loosen things up again. It's a little more. We don't want to be watery, but we need it creamy, so to speak. Tiny bit more. Ah, we're losing grains. We're losing grains. Get back in there, soldier. Okay. That's it. Okay. And that's perfectly cooked. That's where I want it. Texture wise, rice is great. You're trying to get it to a nice consistency. It's a little too globby right now. Trying to get a little bit runnier, a little creamier. A little bit right there, it looks like. And then I think that's good. Okay, that looks great. Let me put away the leftover parsley. And we will inevitably use this again in the coming future. Go. All right. Get this guy out of the way. Okay. Let's put it on a plate, I guess. You eat risotto on a plate or a bowl? I guess like an in-between normally. But I think a plate will look nicer. It's fine. We're gonna do a plate. Try to get this to like a nice mound. We could do the fried rice thing, but I think it's fine. Okay, spread it out a little bit. I think it should be a little less thick than this, but I think this is fine. And then, cheese first. Extra cheese on top. And then we take these guys, a couple of nice ones. Bloop. Like you. Bloop, bloop. 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 Hi. Cat wants some food. Cat wants to bite. Can't have any. I kind of want it to sort of be asymmetrical. Okay. Okay, that looks good. You out of the way. I did make a mess though. I did certainly make a mess. Move that, move this out of the way so I can put you here. You here. You would sit there. And then hold on. Clean up. A quick wipe to the area, because my God, I made a mess of the stove. I got a vacuum afterwards too. I think there's a few rice grains on the floor. Looks exactly like the risotto in the game. I actually don't know what Fiddlehead risotto in the game looks like. So you know what? I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad it looks really nice and looks similar to the game. Because I don't do a lot of cooking in Stardew Valley, so I don't know what half dishes are actually supposed to look like. And I guess that could be part of my research beforehand, but I feel like they should include that in the book, and they don't. I feel like their depiction of this does not look like risotto. Their depiction of whatever we're cooking is like kind of not right in the book. Thank you for the hydrate. Good timing, actually. Take a sip. Okay. I'm gonna turn you here. You seem cool enough. Grab one of these guys. What's their battery life at? 3%. We're gonna die soon. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna get my picture, and then we're gonna die for a second. Okay, chat. I'm gonna get my picture for Twitter, and then we're gonna switch batteries. So you guys are gonna die for a little bit. Aye. Okay. 1 second. You guys are gonna die. Okay. Okay, you realigned. Here's a little tilted, I think. Oh, okay, sorry, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. I hit the... Okay, it wasn't my fault that time, I don't think. Are we good? I'm worried that it's overheating. And that's why it's dying. It's in an okay spot, I'm just gonna not touch it. And give it like 30 seconds. And see if we're okay. Alright, I think we're okay. I think we're good. I think we're chill. Before we do anything, before we start eating, because I'm hungry, I'm gonna get all this. I don't know, I'm pretty sure risotto is not meant to be reheated, but I'm sure as hell gonna try. I'm gonna put all this away now. Because I don't want to get like crusty out here. I don't want to get crusty and gross while we're, for however long we're hanging out. So I'm just gonna pack it in to this container. Does anyone get risotto to go? Like, does anyone get risotto like DoorDashed? That feels like a terrible thing. That's like I had a friend in college that got carbonara DoorDashed. I'm like, it's gonna die by the time it gets to you. It's not gonna have a chance. The lifespan of carbonara is like 10 minutes. What do you mean? What do you mean you're DoorDashing carbonara? That's ridiculous. I feel like risotto is also one of those things where you're not supposed to. It's like dying in the window, basically. Like, I should be eating what we plated, already, but it's like dying in the window right now. Oh fuck. But you know what? This is the plagues of content creation. I gotta get everything else done first. Okay, I took a little sneak peek. That's delicious. Holy, that's good. Okay. We have our quart of risotto. That'll just sit here. Okay. I'm gonna scoop this out of the way. Oh no! Okay. Put that there. Okay. Alright, chat, we can eat. Got our pictures and everything. Chat, you guys get first bite. I'll give you a bite. Has some mushroom in it. Has some maitake. Has the fiddlehead on top. Some cheese, obviously. Alright, chat, you've been waiting for this for a week. Put your parasocial hat on. Put your parasocial hat on. Say ah. Ah. Mmm. Wait, that's so good. I do think the fiddlehead's a little bit chewy, but it's delicious. The lemon zest we put on it really pops and makes it all really refreshing. The mushrooms are so yummy. The maitake in there is so flavorful. It's a nice texture. The rice, I think it's like perfectly cooked to how I want it. It's slightly over what you probably want. There's no al dente to it, but I don't want the al dente, but that's intentional. Mmm. Yeah, that is I don't have to eat anymore. I can say that's a 10 out of 10. This is probably the best thing that I've cooked on the channel. The only other thing that might come close is like maybe like the steak, but that's like easy mode. Maybe like the steak, but this is an immediate 10 out of 10. I don't have to think about it. Mmm, it's so cheesy and creamy. It maybe could be a little bit runnier, but that's just, I was too lazy to keep going. It's fine as it is, and if anything, it makes it really easy to eat. So, it's not really a negative. In the game description for the fiddlehead risotto is actually, it's a little bland. No, I don't think you can make this bland, ultimately. With what, maybe the fiddlehead themselves, the fiddlehead itself is maybe a little bland, but the risotto is not. The risotto is not bland. It's so flavorful, because just by nature of how much stock you put in, and if you have decent stock, it's gonna like be great. It's gonna have so much flavor. I actually think I do recommend putting in the mushrooms like I did, instead of it just being plain, because I think the mushroom probably does add quite a bit of flavor to it. I think the mushroom helps a lot. And then the cheese, I'm using Parmesan, which is actually less flavorful than Pecorino. Pecorino is a little saltier, a little more flavor. If you had Pecorino, it'd be even more flavorful. The fiddlehead itself is kind of bland, but with the lemon zest, and obviously if you season it properly, it's not, it still adds a lot of flavor. The only thing I'm missing here is chervil, which is French parsley, but no one fucking has chervil, so I'm just omitting it. and that's fine. It's not really, it's garnish. Oh, wow. Again, I've never made risotto before. This is delicious. The wine actually comes through a little bit. You can actually taste in like the back of your palate, like a little bit of the wine flavor, but in like a good way. It's like a nice finisher to like the bite. Because it's really it is very strong, almost overwhelming in a lot of ways. And then that wine flavor sort of brings you back at the very end. Yeah. The shallots and the garlic are basically completely melted into the dish, but the flavor is still there. So you're not getting any weird textures from them, but you're getting a little garlicky, a little oniony flavor that just like adds a lot to the dish. That a normal person probably doesn't even notice. It's one of those things where like, oh, it tastes really good. Like, what's in it? And then you're just like, it's onion and garlic. It's one of those situations. All right, chat. Have another bite. Say ah. Parasocial hat on. Say ah. Mm-hmm. No, absolutely not bland. No way. If that's bland, I can't imagine what something considered flavorful would be. Yeah. For first time risotto, I'm super happy with this. I might get more. I might eat more after this plate. And there's a lot of ways you can elevate it too. You can put like I still have some guanciale. I wonder, part of me thinks that it might be nice to have the guanciale in here, but also I feel like it might take away. I feel like adding a protein would actually take away from the risotto. I think it would distract you. So I kind of like just having mushroom risotto basically. Yeah. Although I could see an argument to adding like something really fancy. Adding like even just like a tiny little bit of like truffle oil, or just like if you're really bougie, adding, or like at a fancy restaurant having like shavings of truffles on top. I can see that. Like at the farmer's market when I bought the mushrooms, they were actually selling Italian summer truffles, black summer truffles. And I looked at it and I thought about it for a second, and then I looked at the price tag and it was like $350 per truffle. If you're like that big. I'm like, no, not my wheelhouse. Maybe one day. Maybe one day, if we hit it big, and there are a lot more of you guys, maybe we'll revisit with fancier ingredients. The risotto container will not have a chance to reheat. Matsuo's gonna eat it all. No. Here, take a bite. Distraction. Take a bite. Ah. That's really good. I think that's genuinely in like top 10 things I've cooked. That's up there. That's really good. Ugh. I will definitely do this again. I still have about 2 cups of the arborio rice, so I could do this again. I would maybe need to get some more mushrooms. I still have plenty of shiitake. I use about 3/4 of the maitake for this. So I would maybe want a little bit more, but I could. All right. Another bite with the fiddlehead. Also, we'll see if these are cooked enough. I think they are, but if they're still raw at all, I might get a tummy ache. So we'll see. They're pretty good. I'm not sure if they're... It's not exactly something I'm going to be like, wow, I can't wait for Fiddlehead season to start this year so I can go buy Fiddleheads and cook with them. Like, if I just wanted to make this, I really could just replace it with asparagus and feel about the same. Despite it being called Fiddlehead Risotto, I actually don't even think that the Fiddleheads are like that strong of a star. I actually think just like the risotto itself, just on its own, is like really, really good. It like kind of outshines the Fiddleheads. I think, because I think risotto normally is more the more classic way is like a mushroom risotto, but it's like a medley of mushrooms. I think that would work. I think that would make the mushroom like the star, because I think the mushrooms here are actually getting kind of close. And I feel like if you did like maybe like a short rib risotto or like a lobster risotto, just had like a fat short rib or like a lobster tail on top, that would be a better way of like having something that shines over the risotto, because it's pretty good despite it being fucking rice. It's pretty damn good. There's not a lot of things I can think of that's going to outshine this thing. All right, chat. One more bite for you guys. It's mostly mushroom. It's yummy. Trust me. Say ha. Say ah. Yeah. That's good. That's really good. Oh, man, that's awesome. Hold on, chat. We're just gonna... Oh. Oh. Alright, chat, you can join too. You can join too. Come on. Ow. Okay. I'm gonna control myself. However, okay, I want dessert. Hold on. Well, chat. We'll have dessert too. I'm not gonna eat it all. I'm gonna put it away. I want to eat it all though. I genuinely do. And put that one in the sink. All right, chat. Come on. Ice cream. We're gonna get some ice cream too. Just a little bit. Ice cream for dessert. It's strawberry. It's like strawberry. It's like real strawberry ice cream. I can't say where I got it from because it's a local brand. All right, ice cream time. Say strawberry. Ice cream. Yippee! It's good. Tastes like real strawberries. Chad, you guys bite ice cream? I'm an ice cream biter. Like, watch. Okay. I don't know. Some people have like really sensitive teeth, and they can't bite it. But I'm a biter. I bite the ice cream. Yeah. I don't know why. It feels correct. Even like popsicles, I'll bite popsicles, especially once it's like shrunken down to like half the width. I don't want to like risk it like breaking off and losing it, so I just bite it. All right, chat. One more bite of ice cream. Last one. Say Ow. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's it for today. Fiddleheads are done. I'm gonna put this away in the fridge. I promise. I'm not gonna keep eating as much as I want to. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you all for watching. Uncle Roger be like, "Hi, yeah, just a little bit of ice. You bit your ice cream. Teeth are why so weak." Yeah, everyone should bite their ice cream. It's better. It's easier. But yeah, chat. Today we cooked Fiddlehead risotto, and it was a resounding success. Definitely a 10 out of 10 off the first bite. Highly recommend you do it. It does take a little bit of work, quite a bit of labor, but it's very much worth it, especially if you're trying to impress someone. So if you have the ability to, definitely try the risotto, and I recommend mushrooms. Mushroom risotto, top tier. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. If you're watching on YouTube, links are down below. If you want to join streams in the future, I stream the cooking every Sunday at about 2:30 p.m. PST. Sometimes more cooking throughout the week. Otherwise, just a couple of gaming streams here and there. And it is Matsuo Kumagaya on all the socials: Twitch.tv, YouTube.com, TikTok.com, all of them. Matsuo Kumagaya, however you're seeing it on the platform you're watching on right now, is how it is everywhere else. There's also a Discord link if you were on the YouTube or the Twitch down below to join me in our Discord along with Komoda Yume, my cover duet partner, and where you can hang out, talk with us, hang out with us, share your art, share anything that you want to, really. Your own cooking, things like that. I always recommend people to come hang out, share your own cookings, especially if you're following along. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all. I'll see you all next time. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Okay, all right, Twitch. That's your guys' kind of the live stream. That's kind of your guys' spiel too, because we're at the end. But stream wise, before steal boss with your while he's busy talking. Hey, my latte. Okay, you can have some too. Glug glug. Stream wise, what am I doing this week? schedules will be out later tonight, if not tomorrow at the latest. I think I'm just waiting on one last little confirmation from people about what we're doing this week. But from what I do know, we are most likely doing repo on Wednesday. I think we're doing 7 Days to Die on Thursday still. I'm not 100% sure on that one yet. I'm still waiting on Umi. Other than that, we will definitely be playing more Clair Obscure, Expedition 33. It'll definitely be some on Friday, but oh my god, I'm gonna pause the music before it gets back to Despacito. I'll definitely be playing more of that on Friday. I might play more tomorrow if I'm feeling up to streaming again tomorrow. Other than that, we'll be back next week with more Stardew Valley cooking. I can tell you guys right now what next week will be. And next week will be, where is it? Next week is going to be a rhubarb pie. I don't really know what rhubarb is supposed to taste like. I've never had rhubarb anything. But I did get a bunch of rhubarb from the farmer's market. So we have it. And the rest I can get easily. So we can do this. Next week we're doing rhubarb pie. I always thought rhubarb was a vegetable. So I'm assuming it's supposed to be sweet, right? So I don't know. I don't know what rhubarb pie entails. But that's what we're making next week. Other than that, I want to try to fit in more cooking streams, going back up to 2. It's just we've been a little bit busy overall, as well as having quite a few collabs throughout the week. But other than that, yeah, if I can fit another cooking stream, great. If not, we'll get back to 2 cooking streams a week soon. Yeah, and then Dream Daddy next Saturday night, same time as always. It's a little late for a lot of y'all, but I appreciate anyone that shows up. Again, that's over on Komoda Yume's channel. So if you want to watch that, go there. Yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you all for joining me today. A lot of fun, great food. I'm definitely not going to steal another bite of the risotto as soon as the stream ends. I promise. I promise. But yeah, thank you one more time. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!